and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. You know, like everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. You know,
Do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
right now, no, how?
Yeah, he's right, dude. He's right.
How? You know,
You would
like
be,
he fought in one division. You know,
he never unified the belts.
He unified.
He did unify.
You know,
IBF.
he unified.
WBA, was it?
He
No,
had
but-
3.
Yeah.
He had the
Yeah,
WBC,
but he didn't unify all 4. He
WBA,
wasn't
IBF.
undisputed.
Huh?
He wasn't undisputed.
He wasn't. No, but what I'm saying is, they already called him a weight bully, right? He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. You know, he beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
Like I said, you know what I mean? That's a good win. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him or, you know,
No, I understand
things
what you're
like
saying.
that. But
Right.
I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he didn't got.
There's a whole thing going on about Terence Crawford, and I played the clip before, I'll try to remember, saying that Errol Spence isn't a Hall of Famer. Now, you got to remember, Kareem Usman, who was conducting an interview on their podcast, he said that that's Errol Spence's boy. I'm pretty sure they're both from Dallas. And, you know, they got mad because Buzz spoke truth. You know, but when Errol Spence, you know, was talking about how he was broke, how he don't sell, when Errol Spence was saying all this, you know, below the belt type stuff to Terence Crawford, nobody, you know, said nothing. You got people saying, well, you know, Crawford, a Hall of Fame. Like, get out of here. Like, dog, I swear, I wish they had like a conference with all these writers and YouTubers show up. You will really see if we all sat in the room who know boxing and who don't. A lot of these dudes, they don't know boxing. And at the end of the day, Errol Spence was a 3-belt unification champion, but we already know he was manufactured. And that's cool. Bud is one of the last few fighters that wasn't manufactured. He got it out the mud. You know, he had to fight to get with Bob. You know, he fought whoever they put in front of him, and he demolished them, including Errol Spence. You know, and he's, you know, we had asked that question. I did a video: is he Hall of Fame worthy? The way they didn't lower the bar for the Hall of Fame as a as a lifetime achievement award for guys like Arturo Gatti. It's a lot of guys in there that you couldn't name. And what's so funny, where they always want to point to the resume, most people couldn't name me 5 people off Henry Armstrong's resume. Some people couldn't really name you 7 people off Muhammad Ali's resume. The average person, I did a trivia question in the community tab. I said, how many time defenses has Wilder won? And the answer was 10. And they said, well, do they really count? Do Marcianos count? Let's keep it real. Do Rocky Marcianos count? You know, I like a lot of people Wilder would beat the people that Rocky Marciano beat at the time he beat them. And at the same time, they want to prop up Canelo's resume. And Canelo fought it. Canelo didn't fight everybody. He did, you know, he didn't fight everybody. But I get the generalization of the statement. I agree. Just in general. But when did he fight him? At what age did he fight him? Under what stipulations did he fight? They don't never give you the context. They never give you the context. Never. It's always, oh, he fought, you know, and you look at the resume and you hear the backstory, or he changed the weight here, or he made him come up 2 weight class, or, you know, he robbed this guy. You never hear the context of the resume. Never. Never hear the complete context. So what he was saying, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't done much. He hasn't won a belt in multiple weight classes. Right? I mean, he was saying that people was calling him a weight bully. So he actually was beating guys that he was bigger than. I don't really care about that. That ain't got to be a statement. I don't care. But in reality, what he's saying is true. He's not if you really saying that, oh, he's a Hall of Famer by what metric? What has he done that's been so great? I understand putting them in there if you got Barry McGuinness in there or Tor Gotti in there. You know what I'm saying? People want to put Triple G in there. Triple G ain't do shit. But lose to Canelo. Rob Danny Jacobs, and that's it. Beat a whole bunch of nobodies. At least you could look at a guy like Kelly Pavlik, and he upset the apple cart of Jermaine Taylor. You look at Jermaine Taylor, he stopped the longest reigning middleweight champion ever in Bernard Hopkins. He stopped his reign, didn't stop him. Beat him twice. A lot of people thought it could have went either way. Beat him twice. That's Hall of Fame stuff. Errol Spence never did anything Hall of Fame, and then the moment of, truth, and he the truth, and he came to bump heads with Bud, he got demolished. And don't give me, oh man, no, he looked just good versus Ordanis Ugas. Y'all was the ones beating y'all chest saying that he could fight. Man, he had no chance versus Bud. He didn't have a skill set. Flat out, anybody that knew boxing knew he didn't have a skill set. So many mistakes that he made, that he screw up, he leave his chin open all the time. Dog, Bud capitalized on those mistakes so easy. He was too slow. He was worried too much about offense being on the front foot. He got demolished. He did spin so bad, Derrick James had to grab his gloves to see if he had cinder blocks in there. He had to check his gloves. No, you just underestimated him because you believed in the narrative. But I have no issue with them putting Errol Spence in the Hall of Fame. And they'll put Triple G in there. They want to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award for surviving a car accident, for trying to be a street nigga. So be it. I ain't mad at it. Most Hall of Fames is a joke. It's a bunch of people who don't deserve to be in there. It should be the elite of the elite. I agree with Deion Sanders. They should have tiers. They should have tiers for the Hall of Fame. All Hall of Famers ain't created equally. But now, Bud hating on him, and y'all been hating on Bud, talking about his wife, talking about his mama, and that's a sign of emasculinity. Let me say that I was watching something that came on my phone before I clicked, but I didn't mean to see it. This is a comedian named, what's his name, Ryan Davis, right? And he was like, well, him and Kevin Durant had this difference of opinion. Kevin Durant says offense winning championships, and he said defense winning championships. And Ryan's right? Offense don't win no damn championships. He said, well, Kevin Durant says, well, you're a trash comedian. And he was like, well, Kevin Durant likes to go back and forth on the internet. When you defend yourself as a man, they try to shun you. I remember Jay-Z had a line on Say Hello. He said, he talked about R. Sharpton. He said, basically y'all mad at me because when I'm back against the wall, I react. They don't want you to defend yourself. Other males don't want you to defend yourself. Women don't want you to defend yourself. Why do you think they try to shush a dude up when he try to defend himself? Or when you say something like Tyrese was trying to defend himself versus that buster asshole Samantha Lee, right? They was like, oh, nobody care what Tyrese. Even the men did it. Oh, we care about Tyrese. No, as a man, being emotional is part of who you are. It's a part of masculinity. Being able to express and to express yourself is part of your masculinity. They try to kind of hush and cover up when they come to men. It's all masculinity. It's all oh, you can't go back and forth. You can't say this, or they always try to silence you. They want to silence masculinity. They want to silence the truth. He spoke the truth. He shouldn't be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. If we had real standards, a lot of them guys in the Hall of Fame shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But the same people will tell you that Deontay shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Why not? He's got one of the top 10 in title defenses. Man, if we talking about, as a contributor, he single-handedly brought back American boxing. They was trying to go through Seth Mitchell, Jonathan Banks, You know what I'm saying? They was borrowing people like Irish Mike Perez. They was putting their faith in Brian Jennings. You know what I'm saying? He single-handedly brought back Kirstie Ariola. They was getting behind. He single-handedly brought back American heavyweight boxing. Single-handedly. So we just talking about on the contribution and what he did in the ring. If it was so easy, why ain't nobody else do it? Why y'all couldn't find another American that can, and still can't find another American that did what Deontay Wilder did? I'm just saying. Everybody be trying to diminish somebody's accomplishments, but everybody ain't doing it. If, you know, they said, oh, come over to this building and grab $1 million. You know, risk-free. Everybody be going to the building and grab $1 million. But they said, come to this building and grab $1 million. You know, but you gotta monkey bar across a pit of gorillas and bears and snakes and lions and shit underneath you, and you got a monkey bar all the way across 90 feet or something like that. Yeah, there'd be some people that, hey man, they down so bad they would do it, but for the large majority of people, the vast majority of people wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be at the same clip if I can just grab $1 million. But I gotta risk my life to do it. Come on, let's keep it real. If what he did was so minimum, if it was so easy to do, why ain't everybody doing it? Why they can't find another heavyweight boxer to do it? Why ain't Jared Anderson doing it? Why didn't Brian Jennings do it? Why didn't Jonathan Banks, shout out to my Detroit player, do it? Why didn't Seth Mitchell do it? Why they can't find another heavyweight to do it? That's what I be saying. Y'all be trying to minimize people's accomplishment, but they can't find, you can't do it, and they can't find nobody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I be just looking at people like, bro, if it was so easy to do it, do it. You know? But speaking facts, like, I understand both sides of it. They didn't water down the Basketball Hall of Fame, you know, NFL Hall of Fame. They water it all down, right? So I get people saying, well, he deserved to be in. But most people don't even know the criteria or the credentials to get in. Bud was undisputed in 2 different weight classes, won a belt in 4 different weight classes, was lineal in 3 of the 4 different weight classes, would have been undisputed at 154 pounds, but, you know, Sebastian Fondora hid. That's one thing they don't talk about. You hear in the comment section, Bud don't deserve the Canelo fight, and he should fight, go back down to 54. At the end of the day, he tried to fight Fondora and unify the majority of the belts. Fondora faked the nose injury and didn't want to fight. What else you want him to do? And a lot of these people that claim to like Floyd now, and he's a great, they was the same people that was just hating like Terence Crawford. But the thing about it is, leading this crusade is black people. That's what it is. Leading this hate crusade against Bud is black people. Well, black people, it always got to be A or B. It can never be both. You can never have respect for both. But that's another conversation. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, join the Patreon. Peace.